So it's a holistic bill. So the agency, the bill speaks to the creation of an agency who would actually manage the activities of the warehouse and the operators that work in the warehouse and how they receive their licenses and the penalties that go with not comply with this regulation. So it would actually assist the government in its drive to have commodities, export our own commodities that are grown here in Nigeria.
Well, let's speak a little bit to the second new bill, which is competition. Give us more details about this. Does it speak to competition laws within the market and practices by market operators?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Let me just give a little brief. The RSA actually does have provisions that talk about anti-competitive practices or monopoly. This is in its regulation of all mergers, acquisitions, takeovers, and any business combination. So we have those provisions. But the commission that is being suggested for the competition bill would have a broader function as regards regulation of competition in Nigeria. Right now, we don't have one. There are certain things that the commission would look at in approving a merger, an acquisition, a takeover, or a business combination, which would be very different from what the Competition Commission would look at. So in coming up with those recommendations, we benchmarked it with other competition commission in other countries, especially in South Africa. So this would help in actually streamlining exactly what the commission would do and what the commission in the competition bill would do and what the SEC does at the moment. So any overlap has been taken care of in this bill that was submitted to the Senate yesterday. So it is hoped that the two would work hand in hand, but they would know exactly what they're doing concerning competition activities in Nigeria.
Is the SEC, are you saying, Mr. Brahma, that the SEC is looking to set up a new agency that will handle competition or anti-competition issues in the Nigerian capital market or securities market space?
No, not the SEC. There's a bill that is being promoted by the market. I need to say this. These bills are owned by the market. The market actually worked assiduously to come up with these recommendations. So the bill proposes for a commission to handle competition activities. So the regulations that are going to be made in that bill would actually take care of competition laws, like competition activities. Like I said, right now the ISA has a section in the SEC has a section in the ISA that talks about restraint of competition and monopoly. But it's not as comprehensive as what has been recommended in the competition bill. So no, the commission is not going to set up that commission, but it's been suggested that this competition bill, in that bill, a commission will be set up that would comprehensively take care of competition and monopoly issues that arise in either mergers or acquisitions. So there's going to be a balance with how the SEC is still going to work with this new commission that is being proposed in the competition bill.
A final one. How do all of these come together within the roadmap, the NCM roadmap that the SEC is currently pursuing, the 10-year roadmap?
Oh, okay, good question. Every activity that the commission does is geared towards, right now, is geared towards achieving the initiatives in the 10-year master plan. If you look at some of the activities that the commission has done recently, the e-dividend drive, direct cash settlement, they are all initiatives in the capital market master plan. And if you look also closely at the amendments in these 7 bills that were presented before the Senate yesterday, you will see that it's actually to promote a robust regulatory framework for our jurisdiction. Any foreign investor coming to Nigeria needs to be sure that our regulation or our legislation meet with best practice. That's what informed, first of all, some of these amendments in this legislation. So one of the things in the master initiative in the master plan is investor confidence. And these amendments actually speak to investment confidence. You're talking, and we've also talked about the debt of the market and liquidity in the market. I mentioned the amendment to CAMA and ISA that spoke to crowdfunding. This would help liquidity and debt in the market. I'm talking about service delivery. Most of the amendments made in CAMA speaks to service delivery in the Nigerian capital market or investments generally, or doing business in Nigeria generally. So when you talk about, like Kalma, we have suggested, or the market had recommended that they digitalized most of the corporate processes. One, e-dividend. One, electronic notices, electronic AGMs. A shareholder can sit anywhere in the world and be able to take part in a general meeting or be able to vote and be voted for. So these are things that have been included in some of the amendments that speak to the initiatives of the 10-year master plan. And we feel that we are in the right direction once these bills or these acts become law eventually.
Well, thank you very much. Mr. Anastasia, of course, our viewers in Nigeria and around the world are listening to this conversation, and one of them is saying on Twitter, said that the SEC, you should make these bills public for generous scrutiny by Nigerians. We'll leave that, get onto that, and let Nigerians have the details. Thank you very much from our Abuja studios, Anastasia Brahima, who is the Director of Legal at the Securities and Exchange Commission. 7 bills presented to the National Assembly. Of course, the trustees, the pensions, the ISA, the KAMA, the warehouse bill, and of course, the competition bill. We'll be back after the break. We'll get back into the market, the final trading day.